Besides, remember what I said. I'll wait however long it takes. I've been thinking you believed in me back then, Mizuhara. So maybe it's my turn this time. 10 years or 20 years, I'll be waiting for you. Also, you know, I don't think it's possible for me, in my lifetime, to love anyone more than I love you. It's so good, man. It's so bad. It's so good. Oh, man. Oh, it's just, oh. It reaches a point that it's so horrendous. It's so unbelievable that I can't help but laugh. Like, it's just, how? How can Rent-A-Girlfriend be capable of this? It's just, oh my goodness. So, let's make sure everybody is on the same page here. This is chapter 383. A few weeks ago, I covered a chapter, and many people got to see it. It went viral. Everybody was talking about it. But basically, Chizuru, our main female character of Rent-A-Girlfriend, straight up denied Kazuya's feelings. Like, she point blank said she didn't want to change her life, she didn't want to be with Kazuya, she basically preferred her job being pretty much like, I'm gonna be blunt here, a bootleg prostitute, and just getting as much money as she possibly can. And now, regardless if she was being truthful completely with all of what she was saying, like she might be lying or exaggerating, whatever, the point of the matter is she did say that to Kazuya. And I want to make sure everybody is clear, this series has been ongoing for 380 plus chapters. And basically, Kazuya, at this point in time, has spent all of his college fund that was for him to go to college, and he had to get a job just to be able to rent out Chizuru continuously, okay? Now, I'm not saying that him giving her money and renting her out is where she needs to owe Kazuya, like, for instance, like, date him or be with him. She doesn't need to do that. However, there is an obligation to where she needs to draw a hard line and basically say no, because obviously his life is getting destroyed. It is. Like, he's giving up all his money, any aspirations or potential he could have in the future is kind of slowly going out the window as he continues to funnel more and more money to her, and she keeps to string him along, which is a big aspect of the story. So anyways, Chizuru decides to just straight up reject him. That was a few chapters ago. So we fast forward to chapter 383, and Kazuya straight up says to her, and right at the beginning of the video, that he will wait for her no matter how long it takes. Like, this is his words. He'll wait however long it takes for her to love him. And I'm thinking to myself, like, my dude, that's not how love works. That's not how it works. If someone doesn't want to be with you, if they don't love you, it's not going to change. It's not. That's not really how it works. That's not how reality works. And so, that moment is just so naive, and it's just, I feel so much pity for Kazuya. I do. I really do. But he really has created his own grave. He has dug his hole, and now he is basically laying in it. When I see this moment, I'm just like, how? How can you still be like this after everything? Now, there is some nuance to this chapter, and there is details that I will discuss that is why he acts like this. But the point of the matter is surface level looking at everything from this chapter, there is multiple times, even after this confession, with him basically saying he'll wait decades to get with Chizuru, like wasting his entire life away, he gets denied once again. Like, Chizuru just straight up says no to him. Like, full-blown rejection. And this isn't the only time in this chapter alone she rejects him. She rejects him like 2 other times in the chapter. So, he literally got non-stop said no in just this chapter alone, that she does not want to be with him, and he doesn't take no for an answer. And I'm just like, she doesn't want to be with you, man. Like, she doesn't want to be with you. It's simple as that. I understand you're love struck. I understand. with your own words, you don't think you could ever fall for anyone as much as you love Chizuru. I understand that, man. I fully do. You love who you love. You can't change who you love, etc. I understand that. I know the themes, the messages, and all that type of stuff with different literature. But, bro, there comes a point to where you go into a area that is now mental illness. Like, that's what it is. Like, when you're chasing after someone that has given you so many signals now that she doesn't want to be with you, it's over. Stop it. Now, to be fair to Kazuya, it's very obvious from the narrative of this chapter, chapter 383, that Chizuru does love Kazuya. And let's talk about that. So, Chizuru, throughout this chapter, she's clutching tightly to Kazuya while he is holding her. And the reason why this is happening is because when they were on their date, and she rejected him at the end, taking him to a romantic spot. I'm not going to reiterate everything I said in my previous videos. You can go watch those if you want to know exactly every detail that happened. But pretty much, she got a blister on her foot. She hit it, she didn't say anything, Kazuya found out, and so he decided to carry her on home. That's what he's doing right now. He's basically being a gentleman, he's trying to be a good guy. And we get a lot of inner monologue to Chizuru. It's a very rare moment within the story where we get to see from the perspective of her instead of Kazuya. It's a nice change of pace. It is. I'm not going to act like it ain't. But the point is that it's very clear throughout the chapter she does have feelings for him, which has always been obvious. I mean, we all knew that when she rejected him at that romantic spot. She basically said she still wanted his job, or wanted her job, and didn't want to really change her lifestyle. But she directly says she loves him. She has fallen for him. She's deeply in love with him, but she just doesn't want to be with him because, like, it feels like a dream. It feels like it's in a movie. She doesn't feel like she can really commit to her feelings yet. Like, she just is not ready to make that final push. Which, in a normal setting, within a normal romance story that hasn't lasted over 380 chapters doing the exact same thing going in circles, this would not be a bad thing. Like, this would not be a bad chapter. I don't think this is necessarily even a bad chapter in its enclosed space. Like, if we were just looking at this as is for a chapter 383, like, just as its own, without comparing it to everything prior, this is a very good chapter. I'm not going to act like it isn't a good chapter. But what makes this chapter so infuriating is that it's the same cycle, the same circle. Obviously, there's been some progression here, comparison to previous arcs, but it's still the same cycle of basically Chizuru not really wanting to commit to her feelings, Kazuya being strung along, and that's what's happening here. He's once again being strung along, and there's multiple interactions within this chapter where Chizuru, like, she says, like, no to him, she doesn't want to be with him, and then she clenches tighter around him while she's, like, shaking. And it's like, Kazuya isn't, like dumb, but he's not the smartest, but he also can pick up on some things sometimes. We have seen this, and he's gonna notice that. And he might take it in two different ways. Typically, if I had to assume, you'll probably assume that she just doesn't want to talk about it, and he's gonna drop it. But it's clear that she's shaking and trembling because she does love him, and she is kind of afraid to actually lose him and push him too far. But it's clear that Kazuya is mentally unwell, and he will never stop chasing Chizuru. Even if it takes decades of his life, till he's like 80 years old basically and about to die, he will never stop. Which is pathetic, sad, emotional, and just everything else. Like, just throw anything else you want onto the title. But the point is that Chizuru, throughout the chapter, is still stringing him along because she refuses to just either cut him completely off or just admit she loves him. And it's the same crap. It's the same thing. Like I said, if this chapter came out 100 plus chapters ago, amazing. I would hands down say this might be a 10 out of 10 chapter, like the best chapter of the series, because of what it represents, progression, but also just kind of what's going on with Kazuya and Chizuru and the inner monologues and stuff like that. There's some good stuff here. But factoring in everything else, this is a stinky chapter, especially when we think of what just happened in the manga. Now, to be fair, I think in general, this still is a very bad look for Kazuya. I think Kazuya just sitting down and settling for her and waiting as long as he can take to be with her is so sad. It's just, I pity the man so much. But Chizuru being like this, it reiterates some of the worst aspects of her character, because she's doing the very thing she said she kind of didn't want to do, but she's still doing it anyways. She's allowing him to have this complicated feelings, allowing him to feel like he might still have a chance, even interacting with him and being in his vicinity and allowing him to carry you is already enough for him to feel like he still has a chance. There is a reason why Kazuya is still thinking he can hold on to some hope, because she is still interacting with him. If you are truly wanting to set boundaries, reject him, and be done, disassociate. Stop associating with him. But she's obviously not going to do that for a variety of reasons. One, it's clear she loves him, but secondly, she likes that money. I mean, her words... She likes her job. That she said that herself a few chapters ago. So, yeah, she definitely wants her pay pig still, and she obviously loves him. So, yeah. Anyways, to get into the heart of the matter, 400 more years, man. 400 more years of Rent-A-Girlfriend. That's what we got sentenced. Jokes aside, this offer, man, I don't know how he's managed to be able to almost reach 400 chapters with the series basically just continuously going in circles. I don't know how that's possible. I guess it's kind of like how those TV dramas are, those sitcoms. I know there's like a lot of sitcoms that go on for basically like a decade plus. I wonder if, like, Rent-A-Girlfriend is the equivalent of that. It's like just a sitcom that overstays its welcome. It keeps retreading the same thing over and over again, and it lasts so long a new generation comes in to read it and doesn't realize just how awful it has been for so long. I wonder if that's the case. But I'll leave it at that. I want to talk about this chapter. I read it. I just couldn't believe what I read. As I said, I want to say it once again. This chapter is amazing in its own enclosed space. But when you put it against everything, it's not good. I'll leave it at that, though. Be safe, stay healthy, Chibi out.